Anywhere you go, I'll be right there. 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 I will. From the moon to the stars, you can show me the way I follow. This is who we are, who we are.
Hello YouTube, what is up? My name is Toastox. I am finally back with another episode of Canvas Mountains, and this is actually my second attempt at um, actually my third attempt at saying this intro stuff. I might end up just using my first attempt because I thought that my mic, initially, like, I found out that oh, okay, I can't really explain this, but I thought that I had found out that my mic was off during the first time that I tried recording this intro stuff, and then apparently it may not have been because my mic was actually off during the second one. And just in case, just for good measure, I'm doing it this third time just in case. I know the mic is on right now. I'm certain of it. So before I get into the time lapse here, I'm going to explain what we're going to be doing today. And yeah, but first I want to say I'm sorry I was gone so long, guys. It's kind of a thing that I'm a little bit notorious for. I I, I try, guys. I really do. I'll explain more about things in the time lapse so that it gives me something to talk about during the time lapse. Um, and yeah, so what we're gonna be doing today is as you can see, I haven't really bought all 81 tiles. I'll get to that eventually. It just wasn't necessary at the time. It still isn't right now. I mean, kind of is, but we're just gonna not do it right now. What this is my second objective today. I'm gonna go over my first objective in a minute. So my second objective today, which I may or may not get to, is to over here on this little kind of area where the mouth flows into the lake, sea, whatever it is to kind of transform, like terraform this area of land and a little bit over here too into like flat land for our main city, which I have decided we're gonna have. Well, um, so it's gonna be a little bit of terraforming because you know obviously we have to make the slopes look kind of realistic because there's already mountains there, and I don't want to completely go and ruin them by just having super steep cliffs. No, that does not look good. I would not be okay with that. Problem is though, I'm gonna have to have like a water source removed right there. It looks like, which may or may not be an issue, and I can already tell there's kind of waterfalls there, so that's up on a cliff. So it ain't really gonna be as easy as I thought when it comes to terraforming for that, but I might just end up doing that off camera. Now, my first objective today, and my main objective today, is to build a farmer's market and like a new kind of like some small extra houses in Eagle Point. Um, and that is because like I'll explain how I came up with the idea of a farmer's market in the time lapse here, but I just kind of want to fill up this space more and add some extra houses as well as the farmers market, which is, I think, it's a pretty original idea. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna jump right on into the time lapse here, and yeah, let's get started. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so right off the bat here in the time lapse, what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of creating this little bendy road. I decided to put some neighborhoods up by the highway here, and I think it turned out pretty well. But right away, I want to go ahead and explain how I got the idea of a farmer's market. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna wait on that until I start constructing that, which will be which will be in like just a minute here. But before then, I guess I'll explain kind of why I'm so
why I was gone so long, and also that road I just made right there is completely pointless. Um, I was kind of gone, just, you've all heard these before. You've been on YouTube before, school and stuff, and can't keep up, and none's hard, stuff like that. So I'm not really gonna bore you with that. So I think it's right about now that I start constructing it. Oh no, I actually make another little road here. But I want to thank you guys for over 100 views on the first episode of Canvas Mountains. It's been about a month actually, and 100 views. I thought I would get to maybe like 50, but we got over 100, so I'm actually pretty proud of that. And if you hear a little bit of an echo in the background and you don't hear my normal fish tank sound in the background, that's because I purposefully went into a different room to record the voiceover audio for this because yeah, I just don't want things to get in the way. Like if I didn't have my fish tank in my room, it would be a perfect place to record audio. But in here, it's actually a kind of big room, so it's a little echoey, I can tell. Yeah, so right here, I start to construct the farmer's market. So I'll go ahead and explain right about now how I came up with this idea. It's actually really simple how I came up with this idea. So I talk to Prez a lot, like on Discord and stuff. And so the other day here, I was just browsing the Steam Workshop while talking to him. So I was like looking for assets in City Skylines, just like some props and stuff to, just go around and detail some things. And I stumbled across these little event tent assets, and I thought, hey, those are pretty cool, maybe I can use them for something. Now on the same page, I also happened to come across some little fruit stand assets. I think they're by Soldine, I think. And I then had like a really good idea, which was, what if I made a farmer's market out of them? Now I thought I kind of should be able to do that pretty well because there's a nice size farmer's market where I live, so I kind of know from experience what this should look like, and it ended up looking pretty much what I had in mind, which is really good. It's not 100% done though. Like I still have to go back off camera at some point and put in like the actual fruit stands themselves. I only got in like floral stands and stuff. So here I'm starting to put down the tents, and also about Prez and how I was talking to him during that. I mentioned the idea of a farmer's market to him, and he really liked that. So maybe he doesn't want me to tell you, but he's probably gonna have this episode out in a few days anyway. He said that he would also be doing a farmer's market then after I mentioned it, and he would be mentioning me about that I kind of maybe or something like that. I don't know how exactly I was gonna phrase it, but I think that's pretty cool. Maybe it'll give us a nice little boost of viewers so that I can show you guys more of this, because I really want to just show off this Canvas Mountains project. I think that in the end it will be pretty good. We got a very long ways to go to the end, but we'll get there eventually. So I think I'm almost done putting down tents here. No, actually I'm only about halfway. Wow, I still have like 7 minutes worth of voiceover audio to record. Oh jeez. So yeah, I think that this should look pretty cool. And like I said earlier, I'm planning on next episode, I'm planning on starting to lay out the city, and it's gonna be a while before I actually before we actually get really right into our main city, because it is going to require quite a bit of terraforming actually, what I'm doing. Yeah, it'll be kind of quick, but it'll require a lot of tweaking so that I can make it look the best I can, and then I'm going to lay out the road network, which is not going to be the easiest thing, because the highways in this map, this mountain rivers map, they're on mountains, and so they're very uneven in almost all of the spots. So that then forces me to be really creative when it comes up with creating an interchange, because I'm gonna have this little expressway kind of going into the core of the city, and it's gonna be interesting. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be interesting, and it's gonna take me a while. So as you can see here, I placed down some porta potties just a minute ago, and now I placed down a few little park assets because I thought that a little park here could also make sense along this path, just kind of by the water. And I'm really proud of how that turned out. There's not too many like actual little um assets to create your own little like playground out there, but recently, I think recently anyways, that they were released, there were a whole bunch of monkey bar assets and stuff, so I went and grabbed a bunch of them, and then I also blended in some just regular old vanilla monkey bars, and slides and seesaws. And what I'm doing here now, I put all the floral stands in the tents that I wanted to put them in. And I'm just putting down some cars by the tents. I mentioned this all later, so it's gonna get a little repetitive, but what this is like, I see this at the farmers market that's in the downtown where I live. People bring their people transport their stuff in their cars. It's just obvious. They gotta get it there somehow. So I thought, what if I just had a bunch of different cars behind like most of the tents. I thought that was like a really neat idea to help make it look a bit more realistic, and it really does turn out nice. How I have some at different angles. Most just have their back to the tent though, but some of them are at different angles, and it really is good. Now, I think what I'm doing here is I'm looking for lights. I'm not sure. No, I'm looking for more cars is what I'm doing there. Yeah, so I'm almost at the part where I place down these lights. And what these lights are is they are like, how do I explain them? They got like poles on the side, so it's like as wide as an avenue in the game would be. And what it does, well, obviously it's a light, but what it is it only has one singular, like, light bulb, I guess you could say. I'm placing them down right now, and it's like in the middle, hung by strings, and I kind of put that over the middle of the path, so it's like a little bit of a market, providing some lighting, during the night, which I think is actually disabled in the save game right now. I can enable that. I don't remember disabling it, but it just must be disabled. Is I'm placing down little trees. I just do some vanilla trees at first, and then I get into a bunch of custom trees. Like here's some live oaks, I believe, and that's just some tall conifers. This is a southern live oak, I believe. So I just add a bunch of trees here, some fallen leaves below them, and then I decide, why stop there? It doesn't look good if I just stop there. I should go and do the whole strip of this little park thing, which I then do. I do actually do a little bit of zoning here right now. I'm saying do a lot. Do. Yeah, I do a bunch of zoning here right now, and I think as soon as I'm done with this, I don't just start the game, let it run to build up those houses. I get right into detailing, like with the trees, the rest of that little waterfront park. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now, and I really heavily focused more near the part where the actual playground is. Like I put a bunch of lantanas, rocks, and tall grass, wildflowers over there, and it blended really nicely. Gave it a nice little diverse feel, just that area. My mic might sound different, it might not, I can't remember. I'm using a new headset because my other headset, it decided to stop working, which is why that was by Razer, and I'm never buying anything from Razer again. It's just, that was my fourth headset from them, and I should have learned the second time. Only one of the times did the headset itself actually physically break.
the other times it just kind of gave up due to technical failure, which is it just annoys me. This new headset that I got though is by Corsair. It's the Corsair Void RGB wireless, and it's got this built-in mic, which is what you're hearing right now. It's not like the best mic in the world, so hopefully I can go and get like a job at McDonald's or something soon. I don't know. I gotta make money somehow because my family is not getting money. But I'm not gonna go into that because that's not what I'm talking about right now. But hopefully I can like get a job at McDonald's and or somewhere, just get a little bit of extra money so that I can go and buy an AT 2020. And I'm actually gonna say this really quick, but I have to cut this short because the live footage resumes right like in a second here, so I gotta go.
And we're back. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. I don't know exactly all the stuff that I talked about yet because I haven't recorded the voiceover yet. Yeah, that's obvious though. What I did is I didn't, in the end, I didn't really get to, making the, like doing the terraforming for the, main city. I might do that off camera actually. But what I did do, I did spend actually a fair amount of time detailing this. What I did is I took a little gravel path over here, and then brought it to like the end of this street. I don't really want zoning right here, so this is kind of like a little waterfront park strip almost. What I did is I didn't use all of the um, like fruit market stand assets that I really wanted to because well, one, that would just take like a really long time, and I get that detailing takes a really long time. That's kind of part of it, and it's to be expected. But I just don't want to do that all on camera because then the time on the time lapse will add up, and it'll just be another super long time lapse, and I just don't really want to do that. So I may do that off camera. Even if I didn't, I did get a few. Well, I know I at least got the floral stands in, yeah. So there's a few of those. I got a lot of cars in. I actually spent a decent amount of time with the cars here, putting the cars in. And then I was like, I should put some lights in, and I stumbled across these little things, which I think are perfect for this. How they're like, they got like strings and they hang a little lamp in the middle like that. I think that is actually perfect for what I'm trying to accomplish here, and they aren't all exactly centered, so I think it's really good looking actually. So I'm very proud of that. And these cars here, a lot of times I like see cars parked. I think it's, well, I shouldn't just say a lot of times I know this is what happens is at a farmer's market people park there. Ooh, I forgot to give the new people pipes. I'm gonna take care of that real quick while I explain it. A lot of times why did I say that again? What people do at farmers markets with the like how they get the goods there is they bring it by car, obviously. So I thought it would make a lot of sense to just have some cars just kind of there parked behind the tents and whatnot, and I really like it. It turned out pretty well here. Okay, so those people have pipes now. Um, and yeah, I just really like how this turned out. I also spent a little bit of time detailing using a bunch of plants and rocks and stuff. So real like on the waterfront here. So I made it kind of really diverse, really photogenic right here, and it just I really like this. This looks really good, especially with like that kind of, you got that kind of cliff with the houses in the background, and you got the highway up there, and you have like downtown over there. So this right here, this is a stunning view. I also went and added like this little park right here, this little park, 'cause there's a few like monkey bar assets on the workshop, and then there's the vanilla park assets. So what I did is I kind of to make it different from the gravel path. So like there's a little bit of difference. There's a little bit of gravel in there, yeah. But what I did is I added fallen leaves, and at the time there were no trees there, and I didn't really plan to put trees there at all in the first place. But then I thought, fallen leaves probably should have trees. So then what I went and did is, I put all these trees here, and it's a really diverse amount of plants that I have here. Like it's very good looking. Like the tall grass, and we have these cattails down here, um, a few lantanas, a bunch of different trees. Like I can see the weeping silver birch. I can see the Confort 2, the southern live oak. I can see some vanilla trees in the background even. So, there's just a lot of trees that went into this, and it really does make for that much better of a little green area. So, kind of learned from that. Like in the last one, I just went crazy putting pine trees everywhere. And don't get me wrong, I love pine trees, but I think I might just, in some areas anyway, just start doing it more like I did here with the farmers market, just because it looks so much better this way, because you have the mixes of the greens, and with the rocks you also have the mix of the grays. It's really beautiful, to be honest. So actually, I'm actually kind of curious what this looks like at street level. I haven't seen it yet. Um, Ooh, that is actually a nice little angle right there. How believe it or not, this is actually like a little slope here. It's very gradual though. So you have the not so gradual slope right here, and then you've got there's just a bunch of tents. I even added some porta potties. There's some bollards to provide lighting at the park, and oh, just look at those lights. That takes my breath away. That is amazing. Here you can see we've got the cars parked behind them, and we could just say that like people are packing up or people are just setting up and stuff like that. But I don't know. I actually think I might go back and detail this more later on, like with fruit stands and stuff. Some of the fruit stands that I tried were just too tall for these tents, and what I did with some of the tents, even like these blue ones over here, although it didn't really work as well because of this is where the slope is just a teensy bit less gradual. These two blue ones, is I tried connecting them as best I can, so that it's like it's still one vendor but with two tents. I see that sometimes. I think I did that somewhere else here. I can't exactly put my finger on where though. I think it was down here, maybe. I know I did it somewhere else. I'm like positive of that. Yeah, right here. And it also didn't work the best, but I mean, it looks pretty good nonetheless. And just seeing all these cars. Oh, sorry. Seeing all these cars parked out back by. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little sick. Seeing all these cars parked out back here, it just gives a sense of life to the whole, thing. What would make it better is if I downloaded some little people props and, put them on the thing. But people are going to be walking through here anyway, since it is a gravel path. And I just think this turned out so well in the end. I am very, very proud of this little thing. And there's, I could do more to this. I could do more to this, and I'm probably going to do more to this. I'm just not on camera. But yeah, guys. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. And in the next episode, we're gonna be attempting to start laying out our big city over there. And yeah, hopefully I can get some cinematics going this episode. And I think it should look real nice. So I will see you guys in the next episode.